everybody. Thank you so much for joining me, watching, clicking on the video, watching. Welcome new subscribers, welcome old subscribers. I do greatly appreciate it. Right now, I am getting ready to go to Babes Ride Out. I am so excited. This is my first time. I'm a newbie. I'm a virgin. However you want to say it. So excited. Of course, we're going to be doing the time travel thing because by the time you're going to see this, I'm already going to be back from the trip. So I will be working on editing all that footage and bringing it to you. It's going to be happening. Just bear with me again. But so in the meantime, let's talk about some Harley-Davidson news. Let's talk about the Livewire and what's going on with that. If you want to know more about Harley-Davidson, behind the scenes, what's going on, then you should subscribe to my channel right now. My name is Dawn, aka Irish Bob's sister, and I work at FX Caprara Harley-Davidson. That's how I know. So recently, Harley-Davidson, I say recently, about a month ago now, Harley-Davidson announced that they were spinning off the Livewire, that it is going to be its own brand. So it will no longer say Harley-Davidson Livewire. It will just say Livewire. But of course, there's a few people out there that are saying the motor company is just going to kill the brand once again. Why'd they do that? That's the silliest move. They should just get rid of the Livewire altogether. I'd have to say it's a pretty smart move. Why? That's because it actually is going to give the motor company a better chance to just focus on these bikes, on the bikes that we all know and love. And then it's going to give that team that is still working, that division that is still working on the Livewire, more, what's the word, more focus to find the new technologies to improve battery life, to come up with the new bikes. Stuff like the video I did, oh gosh, sometime last year about Tanner Vanderveer. If you haven't watched that video, I'll put a link to it here. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So then, like I said, they could find new technologies like possibly working with Tanner Vanderveer. He's got a really interesting concept about the bike riding into like a kiosk, the battery coming out, a fresh battery going in, so you just have the bike and then you lease or rent the batteries and you can get a fully charged one whenever you want, or you can charge it at home. Pretty interesting stuff. And in honor of the Livewire, I'm wearing the Long Way Up shirt that I got. That is, in case you haven't watched it, Charlie Borman and Ewan McGregor rode Livewires all the way out from the tip of South America to LA. Of course, still some infrastructure problems, which is, again, the technology they're working on, getting all that stuff in place. Eventually it will be. We just gotta get there from here. Because about 100 years ago, back when combustion engines were just becoming a thing, there were no gas stations, there weren't even any real roads. People had to go buy gas in glass jars at the store. It took some time, but yeah, eventually there were gas stations, and then the whole industry came up around that. So it'll happen the same thing. Electric vehicles will become our future. They will happen. So sitting and whining about it isn't going to really change that, I don't think. Of course, I'm not going to give up my baby, my 115th anniversary, but I am excited to see what comes from the future, the electric vehicles. They are like your own personal roller coaster. It just shoots you right out of the gate. You don't have to worry about clutch. You don't have to worry about shifting gears. It is nice and quiet, so you can actually be even more in the scene. And it's kind of misleading, actually, because you're flying along and you're so used to hearing the motor and getting a sense of how fast you're going between the motor and what gear you're in and the RPMs of the engine. You don't have any of that with electric vehicles. You're just going, and before you know it, you're doing 70 in a 35. I'm speaking from experience, so it's a lot of fun, and I can't wait for them to come through and be even more popular than what they are now. Is Harley right to spin it off? Now keep in mind, they've already spun stuff off before and nobody really noticed. They've done the Harley Owners Group. That's been spun off for years. Nobody really noticed. They've done the H.O.G Museum. Again, that's been spun off for, what, since 2008, I want to say, is when it opened up. So, it's been spun off for a while, and that's so that they can specifically focus on what their mission is. For Harley Owners Group, it's obviously to ride and have fun. And with the H.O.G Museum, it's about finding those artifacts. It's about curating the exhibits and putting it all together in Milwaukee. If you haven't been to the H.O.G Museum, again, I highly suggest it. Fantastic. Sort of similar to Cooperstown, if you've ever been to the Baseball Hall of Fame, which is just a couple hours down the road from where I'm at. Baseball permeates our American history, and so do Harley-Davidson motorcycles. So it's really neat to see all the exhibits, see how motorcycles have influenced our pop culture, and experience them on a different level than just riding them. Again, I'm probably a little biased, as you know, working for a dealership, but I'm going to go ahead and say that that is a pretty good idea. And hopefully we'll be able to have the electric Pan America come through as one of the electric vehicles that they'll be developing. I wouldn't mind seeing that. The Pan America itself is pretty awesome to ride, even though it is still a combustion engine. That Revolution 1250 Max motor, game changer. Lots of throttle, lots of torque. Just leans right into the corner. Super lightweight bike. Enjoy riding it very much. But I wouldn't mind seeing an electric version of it, just like they had for the long way up. So fingers crossed that will happen. So let me know what your thoughts are. I wouldn't mind hearing them. Have you ridden the Livewire? Have you tried it out? Have you tried out any electric vehicle? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts as far as the motor company spinning it off? Wouldn't mind hearing more about that too from somebody else's perspective. Oh, and of course, if you like this video, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. Excuse me. If you want to see more, then be sure to hit that subscribe button. We're bringing you the news when I get it. And then hit that bell and be notified when I upload new content, like I will be doing from Babes Right Now. I'm so excited. It's just the packing that's fun to deal with. So, like I said, until the next time, guys, be safe, be kind to one another, ride when you can, and have fun.